and printing and shipping 10,000 shirts in one night.
Now, I love stories like this because I don't think a lot of people are aware of the logistics of championship merchandise, specifically when it comes to sending merchandise to fans. Now, if you're any kind of sports fan, you're likely aware of the company Fanatics, and they actually partner with printers, just like the gentleman that you just saw in that video. I'm not exactly sure if they're specific partners, but Fanatics will partner with local printers in order to meet the demands of championship merchandise. And the reason that this is so important is because 50% of a team's merchandise is sold within the first 72 hours of them winning a championship. Fanatics will also partner with companies like Uber in order to make sure that that merchandise gets from where it's being printed into the fans' hands, including pop-up shops and along the Victory Parade route. Let me know if you want a part 2. So in the first part, we talked about how Fanatics gets merchandise, championship merchandise to the fans, but what about getting that championship merchandise to the players? If you were watching some of the coverage, you might have noticed that Georgia linebacker Nakobe Dean was pictured wearing the Alabama hat instead of the Georgia hat. And on a recent show, I covered this pretty in depth of how this might have happened.
Not folks directly associated with the team, but more from like the corporate level that are in charge of these bags of this championship merchandise. So if there's a clear winner, they leave one behind and they start to bring the official winner's merchandise out closer to the field. If it's a close game, however, then officials will bring both sets of the team gear to the field. So if you're watching this on FreightWaves TV, you'll notice that the clip that is playing is officials scrambling towards the end of the infamous game where the Giants ended the Patriots' goal. This was back in 2009, so if the footage is a little fuzzy, that's why, is because we've come light years since then as far as broadcast footage is concerned. But that infamous game ended the Giants ended the Patriots' goal of trying to get that perfect season, that 19-0 perfect record. But if you notice in the clip, that one official has one team's gear and the other team is hidden in the referee section. And so when the game is going back and forth, the officials are having to switch out this merchandise several times because the game just keeps going back and forth. So you can kind of understand, knowing that context and how this merchandise is handled, from getting to the manufacturer, the print shop, to the officials' hands, and then making it to the field. It can kind of make sense why that Georgia linebacker was wearing the wrong hat initially earlier this week over on the sidelines trying to, and I think there are also maybe some confusion from a lot of the different officials when you play for Georgia and you're used to seeing a lot of Georgia merchandise, which the Atlanta Braves A, is very similar to the Alabama A. So you can kind of understand how that mix-up might have happened in the first.